Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 Mike Tyson's best knockouts. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. It's safe to say the knockouts Mike Tyson dished out in the late 80s and 90s were among boxing's most brutal. Iron Mike had a notorious reputation in the heavyweight division, stemming from his ability to put on a show, which usually involved putting people to sleep rather quickly. In fact, Tyson began his professional career 19-0, with 12 of his first 19 wins resulting in knockouts. Fans love a fighter who hits hard, and none hit harder than Tyson. Even with his below-average height, Tyson made waves throughout the heavyweight division right from the very start. As the youngest fighter to ever win the heavyweight title, Iron Mike's ability to put people to sleep was the stuff of legend. Number 10, Mike Tyson vs. Buster Mathis Jr. This was Mike's second fight since returning from prison. It was billed as a bit of a tune-up of sorts for Mike to make a proper run at the heavyweight championship. This match was listed as presumption of innocence. Mike Tyson had returned to boxing after a 3-year prison stint with an 89-second victory over Peter McNeely. After his victory, Tyson's rank as the number 1 ranked heavyweight was restored by the 3 major boxing organizations, the WBA, WBC and International Boxing Federation. Mathis comes out of the gate strong, making a concerted effort to smother Tyson. This was short-lived, and Iron Mike sent him packing with an uppercut in the 3rd round. Date: the 16th of December 1995. Location: Core State Spectrum, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. US pre-fight record: 43-1 co-round, 3rd. Number 9, Mike Tyson vs. Carl Williams. Carl Williams and Mike Tyson were familiar with each other. They spent some time in their youth sparring, where Williams showed he was able to control Tyson with a sharp jab and occasional right cross. This time around it was a different Carl Williams and a very, very different Mike Tyson. The fight would only last 93 seconds, becoming Tyson's second quickest title fight, after his 91-second victory over Michael Spinks the previous year. Tyson and Williams began the fight trading punches with each other, though Tyson's aggressiveness caused Williams to hold several times. About 76 seconds into the round, Williams attempted to hit Tyson with a left jab. Tyson countered and hit Williams with a left hook that sent Williams to the canvas. Though Williams was able to get back on his feet and was seemingly ready to continue the fight, referee Randy Newman controversially stopped the fight, and awarded Tyson the victory by technical knockout. A controversial knockout, Mike snuck a punch when he moved his head to the left, and then countered Williams with a left hook straight to the jaw, caught Williams on the jaw. The hook sent the challenger down to the canvas. The referee took one look at Williams and the fight was stopped. Date: the 21st of July 1989. Location: Convention Hall, Atlantic City, New Jersey. US pre-fight record: 37-0 co-round, 1st. Number 8, Mike Tyson vs. Francois Botha. In this fight, Mike demonstrated why he was the baddest man on the planet. This might be the greatest example of why Tyson's fights were more than a spectacle. His first fight back after biting off Evander Holyfield's ear, the pre-fight introduction started with Mike emerging to DMX's "It's Dark and Hell is Hot," while sporting a hat and t-shirt that read "Be Real." The look on his face said everything. He meant business. Through the fight's first 4 rounds, Botha both outboxed and outpointed the rusty Tyson. In the first round, Tyson had trouble connecting with his punches, and Botha was able to dodge most of Tyson's attempts. It took him a bit longer than he'd like, 5 rounds, to knock out Botha, but as he said in a post-match interview, "I knew I was going to knock him out. It was just a matter of time." Date: the 16th of January 1999. Location: MGM Grand Garden Arena, Paradise, Nevada. US pre-fight record: 46-3 co-round, 5th. Number 7, Mike Tyson vs. Frank Bruno, and Tyson kept getting pushed back and postponed, which led to a great deal of build-up. The fight was initially supposed to take place in October but didn't end up taking place until February the following year. The fight got off to a fast start with the 2 men exchanging punches in the middle of the ring as soon as the round started. At the end of this exchange, Tyson would knock down Bruno with a right hook, though Bruno was able to get up at the count of 4. Bruno shocked Tyson out of the gate, almost knocking down Mike in the first round. It didn't take much time for Tyson to turn it around, putting Bruno against the ropes and unleashing a series of right uppercuts. The referee ended the fight instantly. Date: the 25th of February 1989. Location: Las Vegas Hilton, Winchester, Nevada. US pre-fight record: 36-0 co-round, 5th. Number 6, Mike Tyson vs. Trevor Berbick. This fight was billed up as the Judgment Day. Tyson dominated Berbick, easily picking up the victory by way of second-round technical knockout. From the opening bell, Tyson was the aggressor, hammering Berbick with several powerful punches. Towards the end of the round, Tyson hit Berbick with a 4-punch combination that sent Berbick across the ring. Berbick managed to stay on his feet, but Tyson continued to attack, hitting Berbick several more times until the bell sounded. There wasn't a moment during this fight that Tyson looked like he'd take a backseat. 20 years old at the time, he was the top-ranked fighter, and held the WBA and WBC heavyweight titles. Berbick was Tyson's challenger for the WBC title, though he didn't really have a chance. Mike sent Berbick to the canvas twice during the fight, dominating with combination moves, before ending him with a right hook in the second round. Number 5, Mike Tyson vs. Henry Tillman. After suffering the first professional loss of his career, Tyson was desperate to respond in the only way he knew how: vicious and quick. Tillman was one of Tyson's biggest threats. A gold medalist himself, he had beaten Mike twice at an amateur level. In reality, Mike was just too good for Tillman, owning him from the first bell. He lasted longer than some, but Tillman didn't stand a chance. Mike wanted his vengeance, and you could feel it in every blow. Tyson ended the fight with a hard right after just 2:47 minutes. Date: the 16th of June 1990. Location: Caesars Palace, Paradise, Nevada. US pre-fight record: 38-1, co-round, 1st. Number 4, Mike Tyson vs. Larry Holmes. Tyson spent much of his time traveling with mentor Cus D'Amato, watching Muhammad Ali fight. It was the fight between Ali and Holmes at Caesars Palace that stuck in Tyson's head the most. Legend has it, Mike couldn't stand to watch his idol Ali get mauled by Holmes, while he was in a deteriorating state. In a car ride home after the fight, Mike speaks to Ali over the phone, and promises to seek Ali's vengeance. "When I grow up, I'll fight Holmes and I'll get him back for you." Fast forward again through Mike's amateur and professional career, and the stage gets set for an event billed as heavyweight history. The 38-year-old Holmes was tempted out of retirement by a $3 million offer from Don King to face the undefeated Tyson. The match was set, Ali was courtside, and Iron Mike did his thing. It took just 4 rounds for Tyson to prove he was too fast, too strong and too good for the former heavyweight champion. Tyson dropped Holmes twice before the fight was called off, and Holmes was knocked out for the first time in his career. Mike lived up to his promise. Date: the 22nd of January 1988. Location: Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City, New Jersey. United States pre-fight record: 33-0 co-round, 4th. Number 3, Mike Tyson vs. Michael Johnson. Iron Mike was just 19 years old when he got his first-round knockout. This fight against Johnson wasn't the spectacle of the likes of Spinks, but it was Tyson's quickest knockout to date. Lasting just over 30 seconds, it was a quick fight and not overly surprising. Johnson had a tendency to get knocked out, with his previous 6 bouts resulting in 4 losing knockouts. Tyson clocks Johnson with a left hook that sends him down. Mike comes back seconds later with a big right that ends the fight rather abruptly. Date: the 5th of September 1985. Location: Atlantis Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City, New Jersey. US pre-fight record: 8-0 co-round, 1st. Number 2, Mike Tyson vs. Marvis Frazier. Frazier was one of Mike's quickest knockouts. Both fighters found pleasure in crippling their opponents, and both had majority wins under their belt. The son of Smoke and Joe Frazier, Marvis Frazier had only 1 loss under his belt at the time, and understandably, fans tipped this as a major, but it didn't pan out. This battle wasn't even close. With a flurry of heavy punches, Tyson knocked out Frazier in 30 seconds flat, once again proving why he's not all hype. Date: the 26th of July 1986. Location: Civic Center, Glens Falls, New York. US pre-fight record: 25-0 co-round, 1st. Number 1, Mike Tyson vs. Michael Spinks. Many will argue this isn't the most impressive knockout of Tyson's career, but it's certainly the most important. Iron Mike put 3 belts on the line for this fight, against the future Hall of Famer Michael Spinks, a fighter who had never touched the deck. The tables were set, and as Donald Trump and Muhammad Ali exited the ring following introductions, the fight took a sharp right turn for Spinks. hitting him with a big body blow that put Spinks down on the deck for the first time in his career. Spinks' torture continued, before being cut short just over 90 seconds into the bout. What do you think of our list? Which of the knockout you enjoyed the most? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.